very interestingly, Netflix recorded 90. So their target subscribers for the next quarter or this quarter, they've had a 90% drop off in from their target new subscribers per month, right? And so they're an example of a business which, accelerated rapidly through the COVID-19 period, but essentially got a bit of a sugar high, and now they're coming back. They're reverting to the mean, basically. And so I think that there's an element that is happening of that. There's an element of that's happening with businesses at the moment, which is fascinating, because then as a business owner, you've got this interesting opportunity where you might be making more money, business is growing and all of that kind of stuff. But the question is, does that mean that you should be going and buy property because property market's going well as well? Should you be diversifying? Should you be investing back in your own business? How should you be thinking about that? How long is this boom going to last? There's a lot to unpack here. So what do you think about that, Charlie? Where do you want to go with it?
Yeah, it's a fascinating idea. Keith Cunningham comes to mind, which I think is one of the great authors in the business space. And he has this idea, he calls it, which is the bathrobe theory of business. And he's like, you never know who's swimming naked until the tide goes out. And he goes, that's, as we heard, I think it's Warren Buffett who said this, is a rising tide floats all ships.
Yeah.
But it's when one goes out is you only realize who was playing with what risk and how they were playing it. Now, inevitably in every business cycle, we see major moves. We see many people go under. And I think my opinion here, and this is my opinion, I'm not saying it's true, is there's a tendency to get reckless in boom times. And there's a lot of operators right now that are confusing luck and timing for skill. So bad business management will be the undoing of a lot of businesses in this cycle, is my opinion.
Yeah, I think the same thing is true with property. I think the same thing is very, very true with property, because at the moment you've got a lot of businesses that have got a lot of tailwinds, and businesses which ostensibly don't have strong foundations and a lot of structural integrity or good business operation skills, business management skills, they're suddenly making a lot more money. And the reason they're making a lot more money is because of pent-up consumer spending and increasing consumer confidence. So business is roaring back to life, which is very exciting. And everyone's starting to go, oh my God, I'm having record months. Woo, yeah, we're making all this money. And that's great. But as you said, a rising tide lifts all ships. But and then as you never know who's swimming naked until the tide goes out. And this is very, very true. The same thing goes with property, because in an environment where it appears that you could throw a dart anywhere in Australia and buy a property and it would grow in value, it's kind of true. It's kind of true. You probably, on a short scale, you would probably have a hard time completely stuffing it up right now. However, that is driven by a sense of FOMO, hubris, optimism and stuff, and fun. And if you're investing in areas that don't have strong fundamentals and economic credentials, then what's actually going to happen is that those prices will revert to the mean. And so you might actually find yourself in a position where you've made a big mistake. And I think there's a lot of parallels with business and property in this specific environment.